Sam Paravi. I'm project manager in field-centered AI center in Stefan. And we're here with my colleagues here in Ranepa and online to discuss some crucial topics for modern time as AI. We will tell you some interesting topics about workforce dynamics, about AI assistants that are used in business processes of big tech companies in Russia and all over the world. We will discuss trends. And of course, today there will be some speeches from students that was prepared several 2 weeks. And we will discuss the challenges and the actions that humanity can take to work with this rapidly developing. Okay, we all know what is AI and what it stands for behind these two letters, but it was several years ago. Of course, we know that this technology is like buzzword. Everyone is talking about it, but today we are witnessing the new paradigm shift. We are talking not about AI in the center. AI left this place, and in the center, we are talking about human that's augmented by new technologies, by new AI agents, new AI assistants that helps people, helps everybody to enhance their skills and create new level of quality, new level of efficiency, and achieve new great results that cannot was reached before. So we are in the situation that we have a lot of ways, and we have a lot of confrontations between different parts of this industry. Look at the picture. There is 12 times. We have 12 times stronger supercomputer the past 5 years. A lot of computing power created all over the world. We have 2 ways of creating this computing power. Although one of the technology leader in the world and pioneer in the large language models for AI, the cooperation with the leader in the operating system development, Microsoft, creating unprecedented new project of computation cluster that costs around $100 million. There is another way that developed by Google, and they are creating the decentralized system to make computations all over the world and make new level of AI machine learning achievable. When we are talking about AI, we are always mentioned that we have to build trust between technology and between human, because this augmentation that I mentioned before between AI and human, when AI makes human achieve the new levels of quality and results, it cannot be, it is impossible without trust in this technology. Of course, you all encountered different mass media and different myths and legends about artificial intelligence. You know, these movies, I will not mention them today, but this myth has to be, I think we have to avoid this myth and develop so-called AI literacy to tell everybody that AI is not a threat, but it is an opportunity to create new value for humanity. Let me introduce my colleagues that was invited today. After me will have a word Nina Azizova. She's Executive Director at the AI Transformation Center at Sberbank. She will tell you about workforce dynamics that enabled by rapid AI technology development. After her speech will be held by Victoria Pushkina. She is Chief Data Scientist at Strategy Unit at Sberbank, and she will tell you deeper topic about how large language models are used to create AI assistants for every level of workforce in our bank. Of course, we have not to forget about our online guests, and we have online speaker, Arina Karelova. She is a project manager at Yandex educational platform Practicum, and she will tell you how large language models are used in the educational process to augment these stages of educational process online. And as I mentioned before, there will be student speeches. They will tell you about challenges that awaits us due to rapid technology development. Thank you very much, and I will pass microphone to my colleague.
Okay, guys, good afternoon. Happy to be here. I can wait for the discussion that we are going to have. So first of all, before we start, let me ask you just one simple question. If I would ask you to describe with a single word and polite words, this is important, what is happening for the last 5 years in the world, what this one word would be? Let's give it a try.
Revolution.
Revolution, that's okay. That's very good. Something else, maybe. So,
Chaos.
Chaos, okay. So if I would think about another word, and if I ask this question, usually people talk about revolution, turbulence, volatility, disrupt, chaos, and so on. And this is basically proved by numbers. If we look at the Accenture Global Disruption Index, which is calculated for 6 main sectors, this is economy, social, consumer, geopolitical, climate, and of course technological factors, they calculate the average level of disruption that happens in these basic sectors. And they have calculated that for the last 5 years, from 2017 to 2022, the level of disruption in these sectors has increased by approximately 200%. So this is a very rapid and a very severe change that is going on in the world now. Compared to the last 5 years, the previous 5-year period, which is from 2000, okay, so for the previous 5-year period, then the index has increased by only 3–4%. So the last 5 years, there are rapid changes, and business, humanity needs new instruments and basically technologies that are going to allow us not only to survive, but also to get to new horizons, new business horizons, new clients, new markets, new products. And when we speak about technologies, what are these technologies going to be? There are 9 main technologies that were highlighted by McKinsey in their report Technological Trends Outlook. And they have done this report for the first time in 2022. And in 2023, they have added another technological trend, which is, of course, the generative AI. So why do I like this report is because what McKinsey has done in this report, they have shown the 9 trends, and they have decomposed these trends to the industry level and presented this as a heat map where the darker color means that applying this particular technology in this industry will increase the level of competitiveness by a large amount. And when colors are lighter, it means that this technology will not increase your competitiveness level a lot. So what is connected to artificial intelligence? Here you can see the two trends, and the third one is generative AI. So applied AI and industrializing machine learning are the two trends which are connected to artificial intelligence. Applied AI is about all the types of AI instruments that can be used to solve your business case. So you can either use, I don't know, natural language processing, computer vision, knowledge graphs. It is also about a more detailed thing, like what particular technologies you are using. For example, you do the clustering or the classification problem, or you, for example, use some more complicated techniques like neural networks. So this is everything that is connected to how you're going to solve your business case with the help of artificial intelligence. And industrializing them is about what do you need to do to make this instrument of artificial intelligence to be implemented directly into the production process. So this is all the hardware and software connections that are about, okay, so analyzing the data, finding the correct data, developing a model, training it, then implementing it into real production, and then validating and monitoring how this model actually performs in your business case, whether it is becoming worse in time, whether all the decisions made are becoming better or worse because the model degrades. So if you look at the heat map, then you will see that applying AI basically will give you a high level of competitiveness in every industry that is listed over here. But if we think about, okay, the value, of course, will be huge, but what is this value going to be? What will AI make exactly for the business? If we look at the numbers are really huge. These numbers are for 2019, and this is a very nice research also done by McKinsey. This is the McKinsey playbook, AI playbook, which shows the total value that can be generated by AI, and how this value is decomposed into different industries again. So why this is called a playbook? Because all these circles are clickable, and the size of the circle basically shows the value that can be brought by AI into this particular industry. So if you're interested in that, you can ask Ruslan or me. We will send you the link to this report, because if you click, for example, on the banking sector over here, so how do we mostly earn money from artificial intelligence? We can do it in marketing and sales and in risk management mostly. And then if you click again on, for example, marketing and sales, it will decompose to business tasks. So what are the exact business tasks that can allow you to earn more or less with artificial intelligence? And what is also interesting in this report, they divide between traditional AI techniques and complex AI techniques. We call this advanced AI. So the basic AI techniques is something like clustering or classification, simple things, or basic regression. They call this AI and analytics. That's why basic regression is over there. And advanced AI is about like something deeper learning neural networks. So, and they also show in which business function, in which business task, it is better to use something simple like basic AI, and where would you need and where would you earn more if you proceed to complex instruments like neural networks. So these are the numbers for 2018, but in 2023, McKinsey gives an update of those numbers. And in 2023, they already say, okay, so at our maximum, we can get almost $17 trillion globally, annually, if we proceed with AI. But this is not the limit. We can also add almost 15 to 40% as an addition to those numbers if we proceed with generative AI. And generative AI will bring most of this value from relations with customers. If you use generative AI in relations with customers like marketing and sales, client operations, or if you use it in research and development and software development. So now this is what is going to happen with this and what business can get from artificial intelligence. But who is actually doing the AI in business and who is actually implementing and using this in the business? Of course, the workforce. And AI will, of course, influence how workforce is doing their jobs and doing their business. Well, now let's talk a little bit what is going to happen to work. When we think about changes that AI is going to make, we usually put them in three different buckets, our ways of working will change. And the three main ones are automation. When we think about AI-generated models, we don't use live models anymore to shoot our brand books. We can use AI-generated models and we will diversify the client experience because we can get any model we want. AI designers, anything. And if we think about all the tasks that humans can do, where do you think the largest potential lies? In automation tasks or in augmentation tasks that people are doing? Where do you think the most of the potential lies?
You should choose.
Automation or augmentation. So whether AI replaces the person or AI helps the person. The second one. Yeah, sure. So traditionally, when we think about all the tasks that people can do, there is a part that AI can automate, basically kicking the person out of the process. For example, when we replace call centers with chatbots, or when we replace people who are checking your documents when you apply for a loan, we replace them with models that, okay, they can say, well, this is a good client or a bad client, or we need something additional information to select whether he's good or bad. But the largest potential, of course, is in augmentation. Just imagine what generative AI can do in, for example, pharma or other industries that require you to understand how different components and their proportions should be combined to affect the final quality of the product. And if a person that was doing this, or a number of scientists that were doing this for like years, now can do this in a couple of months, because you can quickly check what different combinations, how these combinations and constituents of the product will affect his final results. Of course, all these changes and different ways of working, how AI changes working, will seriously affect the world. The World Economic Forum approximates that in 10 years, we will have the following effects. So around 1 billion jobs will be radically transformed. And this corresponds to 45%, almost 45% of workers' skills that also will be disrupted or radically changed. And just to touch this effect is very close to the population of India or China. Of course, the effect will be huge. And again, so that's a very obvious question, and I want you to try and answer it. What do you think? Whether AI will mostly replace those workers who have routine tasks, or AI is close to replacing white collars?
So white collars usually routine tasks. So it's quite
okay.
Reasonable.
Okay, so let me rephrase. See you. See you. We had that question only in Germany. whether AI is already mature enough to replace non-routine tasks. But yes.
It has added value to the tasks, so it can make it, the process easier, more effective, or can generate some ideas that are maybe, I don't know, but it cannot replace the person in a creative industry. It cannot make up the ideas.
That's already debatable because we have Kandinsky at minimum, which is kind of creative. You need just a good prompt engineer to turn it back to jobs. Basically, when you look at statistics and at analytics, smart people are doing in this sector, they have different opinions, but mostly they start to stick to the point that routine tasks will be, of course, replaced and automated. That's no question. But AI is becoming more and more mature to almost replace white collars. And they show that lots of tasks white collars are doing, not taking the routine tasks, will also be replaced because AI becomes more and more mature in that. So changes are inevitable. We are already somewhere in the middle of the flow. We are not just on the shore touching the lake with our fingers and thinking whether I should or should not enter this stuff. We are already somewhere in the middle of the flow, and it's only our choice how we are going to face this. I'm sure you are using GPT-like models, and this is what will severely disrupt the way we are working, we are studying, we are doing our out-of-business things. And here, what I like to print out from the newspaper, where in, I think, 1980s, math teachers were protesting against calculator using schools. Like now, professors are protesting from using ChatGPT while studying. But still, we are using calculators almost every day and every time. And of course, we will be using more and more the ChatGPT. And thinking, so summarizing the impact on the workforce, AI is still not in place and not in a position to replace us. But people who are using AI professionally, who understand what this is, they will finally replace those who don't. So make your own choice, make your own solutions, how you're going to face this. And now a little bit about challenges, because AI influences the business, AI influences the workforce, but what challenges will the business face? There are more and more challenges than these two, but I've selected those which are more suitable for today's discussion. So the first one is the operational model, what the business is going to do. Mostly businesses try implementing AI thinking about short-term tactics. So they find some nice use case. For example, they have a badly working call center. And they think, okay, I will automate this call center by implementing AI chatbot. But the process which is bad from the start, for example, you don't have enough scenarios for those call center operators, or they are bad scenarios. But automating this stuff will maybe make short-term changes to the business. Maybe they will increase the efficiency of the business just a little bit. But in the long term, it will definitely not make any better. So when businesses proceed with those use cases, they also have a short-term tactic to the workforce. So they say, okay, now I don't need these guys, but I need some other guys. I don't need call center operators, but I maybe need those people who will help me to implement the chatbot. And that's it. So they are trying to short-term to make their business better, but in the short term. And this confronts with another approach, which is the reinvention of the business model. and the relation of the total value chain that we have in the business. So you think about the main components in your business, and you try to put necessary in here, you are able to find the specific workforce that will be required for those tasks. And this is the challenge number 2, basically. How to find the necessary workforce. And that is, again, a very debatable thing. So lots of people who are connected to human resources industry, like LinkedIn, SEO, always speak about, like for the last 2-3 years, they speak about building a skills mindset. So you rethink your business as a combination not of the job titles, but of the tasks and skills that you have now and you will need to have in the future. And by building a skills mindset, you can put, again, those skills in same 3 buckets that I have told you. So the skills that AI will automate, skills that AI will augment, and skills where AI is not able to do anything right away. And if you look at the change in the skills that are happening for the last 5 years, you will see that the so-called STEM, so the science, technology, engineering, and math, are losing their competitiveness. So they're not so necessary now because of lots of new technologies that are disrupting and augmenting our skills. What we still need is the creativity. We need ability for time management. We need ability to communicate. We need the ability to create. Still, we need this. And this is where the debate begins. So whether you need to reskill your workforce, so to find some new skills and to study them, to teach them those new skills, or you still need to upskill your workforce. Because yes, here I show you that 40% of workforce will need to reskill, but technologies are also becoming very complicated. And saying that, okay, you don't need your math, or you don't need science, or you don't need anything else because of AI, is also not true. Because technologies are becoming more complex. It's not about like pushing one button and that's it. When the operator operates the autopilot, and he tries to copilot the car, it becomes more and more complex. So you need also to be able to upskill your knowledge. So basically, this is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina, for bringing this. Okay, I have thought that you ask questions, or we can repeat questions live or here. So please, if you have any questions. While you're thinking and while our online participants writing their questions, I will ask my question. Nina is a representative of so-called AI transformation unit. So they are transforming company to be AI native company. But it is new modern companies, it is new modern skills, and not all of the companies are so. There are 3 main steps that companies have to do to become AI native. And previous steps are AI-ready company, where there is a lot of data, a lot of business processes are digital, so we can use this data to create AI processes. And there are legacy companies that haven't passed digital transformation. They have not a lot of digital information that can be used to use AI. So my question is to Nina, is which companies modern students have to choose? Legacy companies, AI-ready companies, or AI-native companies to develop their skills and be be ready for the new era of AI?
Okay, so I think the question partially contains or already contains the answer, because if we are talking about students, and if we are talking about maybe we could add something to my answer also. If we are talking about students of not so connected to math and engineering, I would say that I think that it would be better to start the career in AI native or AI ready at least, because they are already on the level that allows to start. Because you arrive at the company and you somehow learn what is happening, what are the instruments, what are the tools, how they're working. But I think that this is a good start to make other legacy companies to become AI ready with AI native. So I would say that study there and then help the others.
So you recommend to develop skills in the modern companies that have AI native maturity, and after that go to the legacy and use obtain skills.
Just like in the airplane, put the mask first of yourself and then of the kid.
Great.
Sorry, if legacy is equivalent to old-fashioned, old school?
Yes, yes. We're talking on the first stage of the development of this on this track.
So the advanced and then the legacy will follow.
Okay.
So are there any questions from your side?
Online questions, if there are.
Please ask them, please.
So let me check.
Ask them, just ask. In your voice.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the actual difference between just a complex algorithm and actually an artificial intelligence? Like, where is the difference between algorithm and intelligence?
So you are asking about the difference between business intelligence and artificial intelligence, yes, BI and AI.
I mean, have many digital algorithms in our business. We use many algorithms to copilot your work, your job tasks. And where is the difference between such an algorithm and what's called AI?
Well, I still think that this is more about when you say complex algorithms which are not AI. I think that you're talking about BI basically. And this is more about decision tree. It can be a very complex one, but it is still a decision tree. And when we are talking about AI, this is more of unprecedented scenarios that AI can follow. Maybe
yes, I would like to add that if you made an algorithm, you know how. Thank you. You know how the algorithm works. You know all the parameters, and you can know all the outputs it can give you because you wrote these scenarios. So the algorithm should work, but AI can learn non-linear dependencies, and these non-linear dependencies you will never know if you write just an algorithm by your hands. So if you write an algorithm by your hands, you know all the dependencies, not all the dependencies, but you know all the use cases of the algorithm. But if you create AI, it can surprise you in some cases because it knows all the non-linear in your data. And if we talk about very modern models like large language models, with model models, sometimes there is such an effect like emergentness in Russian. So I don't know how it's in English, but in Russian it is emergentness.
Susceptibility.
Yeah, what does it mean? It means if you build such a long and complicated system connected with which was trained on a lot of data like audio, text, video and a lot of data, a lot of models inside, it can even give you some effects of that you will never know it can do. For example, if we have learned a model on a data how to write books and how to create music, it can surprisingly create you a video. But you haven't teach model of this type of stuff. So this is the difference between AI and algorithms.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question which is connected with this topic. So actually, I don't understand. Do you understand, as people who work with artificial intelligence and created, do you understand how it creates these new things like that never existed before? Yeah. Do you know about how it creates it, or it's just a surprise for you?
99% of the time it is surprise, and there is a new kind of science that is going to start, already started, that is going to learn how it happens, because it is like an effort that nobody can explain. And there are neural networks that are not interpretable. You don't know why it answers, and it is like a plus and it is like a minus, because you cannot trust this neural network if it gives you a non-interpretable answer. So, you know, it is a challenge, and it's true that people now starting to understand, to learn, and started even like departments in universities to study why neural networks answers like this, because we mostly don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting topic. I think it's like our brain that is not studied 100%, and the brain is like artificial intelligence. It's like almost the same.
Yes, of course, the result of AI development, that the AI becomes an object of scientific research. So we are researching AI, what we have created.
Yes.
And, yes. Okay, thank you for the answer to the question for you. Maybe you have some questions online?
Yes.
Please ask. Okay, so there is one question. What initial steps should companies just beginning to implement AI take, and how can they effectively persuade employees of its importance despite the challenges of adapting to new changes, especially for Russian companies?
Mm-hmm. So at first, when you think about what are the steps, when we thought about it in Sberbank, we decompose that into I think 5 or maybe 6 enablers. So you need to get the data, and you need to get the data warehouse. You need to have people who are going to do this. You need people who will prepare the data, who will research this data, who will actually write the code. You need the infrastructure, the research and development, and the place where you are going to implement this. You need the process. So you need to have a very good understanding of what processes do you have in the company. And this is only the enabler. So at first you need to understand why you are doing this, what for. Because otherwise you can pull lots of resources, lots of money into the technique, which is again not going to give you anything because you don't know why you're doing this overall. And to persuade the workforce, there might be different techniques how you are going to do this, but usually think about the motivation, again, between helping them to avoid routine tasks, to become more creative with the help of artificial intelligence, to get less time for the task to be done, because structuring even the presentation with the use of artificial intelligence is much faster just to outline what you're going to talk about, just to draw the slides, and then you simply add up some necessary thoughts, and that's it. So this is about time economy. This is about more place for creativity, and as a result, a more nice business result that you're going to have.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think we can go to the next speaker, Victoria Dochkina. And thank you very much. And her topic, AI assistance in business on the example of Sberbank. Please.
Not only Sberbank, but yes, worldwide example. So first of all, thank you for the invitation. It is the first time I'm here, but I already like it. So thank you. And my topic is probably dedicated to the practical cases of using large language models or LLMs. So yes, my name is Victoria Dochkina. I'm chief data scientist at Sberbank. So let's start. What do people think about AI systems? I think that we should count truly real AI systems starting from 2022, when the first real large language model was created as ChatGPT, everyone knows. So it started with people told it is something strange. I don't trust this AI. I don't want to use it. Then it comes to I can do nothing with this ChatGPT. I would rather do everything by myself. But now I more often meet people who tell that it's ChatGPT or GPT-4 or Google Chat, even in ChatGPT, that it gives good tips, and modern LLMs, they are fantastically good at code generation, because there is a lot of databases with code like GitHub. So one of the best practices you can where you can use AI is really code generation. Python or C++. And what is the goal of AI systems that in 2085 and later that yes, everyone will tell like how can I live without this? I want even more these AI features. So it is a golden dream. And nowadays, however, AI systems with large language models, they're not for making money, mostly not for every company, but mostly they're not for making money, but primarily to improve customer experience and workforce efficiency. It's about AI augmentation. So yes, it's primarily for AI augmentation. So at the top level, we can divide AI systems into 3 groups, like AI systems B2C, is business for clients. B2B, it's like business for business, and B2E, business for employees. There are much more examples like B2G, business to government, B2C, B2B, B2G, but mostly they are used in these 3 segments, and they are used everywhere: fintech, tech support, e-commerce, development and construction, and already in the education. And maybe you have heard that GigaChat has like an assistant for teachers and assistants for people who work in legal. So these are the segments and spheres where AI, especially LLM assistants, are already widely used. And I will switch to Russian, sorry. Несколько слайдов я расскажу на русском языке. Это вырезки из кейсбука, который мы в Сбере готовили по практическим применениям ассистентов с LLM за рубежом для нашего вдохновения. И вот что мы обнаружили, что, ну, да, во-первых, B2C, B2B и B2E сегменты пока являются самыми массовыми с точки зрения применения LLM. Вот, например, Policy GPT, и вот все AI-ассистенты, они с использованием LLM, они либо базируются на ChatGPT, GPT-4, больших моделях, open source, либо, ну, соответственно, их обучают самостоятельно, но не все компании себе могут это позволить, потому что пока на 2024 год это очень дорогое удовольствие позволить себе обучить модель, которая зайдет по качеству ChatGPT или GPT-4, поэтому большинство стартапов и компаний, конечно, переиспользуют GPT-4 и делают свои доработки на базе этого. Вот, например, в B2C GPT помогает подобрать полисы медицинского страхования. Ну, в основном это, конечно, для улучшения customer experience, что позволяет держать аудиторию и что позволяет просто быстрее искать эти полисы, клиники и места, в которых эти полисы продают. Ну, соответственно, уже развиваются консультанты по юридическим и правовым вопросам. Это уже можно рассматривать как такой мини-ассистент юриста. И, соответственно, также много, на самом деле, примеров, как боты-ассистенты на базе GPT-4, ChatGPT или собственных генеративных моделей помогают ученикам и даже учителям образования, не только ученикам, но еще и учителям, в подготовке, в освоении материала, выполнении и проверке домашних заданий. Ну, если говорить про B2B, то в B2B вот, практически во всех компаниях, естественно, есть бизнес-аналитики, и модели уже могут ассистировать бизнес-аналитиков. Даже есть наработки к тому, как пытаются сделать цифрового двойника бизнес-аналитика, и в Сбере тоже есть уже направление для направления работы этой темы, то есть прям стараются заменить работу бизнес-аналитика, потому что в работе бизнес-аналитика не так много творческих идей, творческих задач, поэтому, да, достаточно рутинная работа. И вот с точки зрения, конечно, автоматизации, вот мы тоже говорили, что некоторые роли, конечно, аргументированы, но некоторые роли, 99% работ, которые заключаются в рутинных задачах, они уже начинают автоматизироваться. Ну, я, пожалуй, пропущу. И с точки зрения B2E, Zoom, все знают эту платформу, в России там есть Сберджаз, аналог, да, Яндекс.Телемост. Для повышения производительности сотрудников уже внедряют, мы теперь тоже внедряем, это суммаризация совещаний, то есть любое совещание вы можете перевести в текст, сделать краткую выжимку, там автоматом получить все задачи поручения, разделенные по людям. Это уже упрощает, как минимум, там, сокращает 1 час в день вот этих вот рутинных задач, когда вы просто слышите конспект совещаний, потом всем задачи представляете. Такие инструменты уже есть, и можно сказать, что уже 50% секретариаты сократили. Были такие люди в Сбере, задача которых было просто писать проверки на совещание. Ну, очень много применений GPT сейчас с точки зрения RAG-систем, Retrieval Augmented Generation, вопрос поиск, вопрос-ответные системы по Google базу. За такое количество времени, когда наши большие компании накопилось невероятное количество бумаги, разных баз данных и так далее, которые стоит, пока сколько найдет. Поэтому очень большую популярность, да, набирают, конечно, вопрос-ответные системы с LLM, которые помогают по всем этим внутренним базам, которые просто тысячи даже в таких больших компаниях, быстро искать информацию, это тоже помогает сокращать там, до нескольких часов в день просто на поиск и обработку информации. Наверное, один из таких самых популярных инструментов с точки зрения работы документов. Если говорить про тренды, куда мы все движемся, куда мы все смотрим, то все крупные компании смотрят примерно в одну и ту сторону.
Sorry, you return to the English slides.
Also, yes,
switch to English. Back to English. You have some rest, some break for
okay. So,
back
yes.
to the English track, please.
Okay. No question. Let's start English. So talking about AI trends, so almost all world-known companies they agreed that these are 4 top trends for the future. Like the first one is personalization. If we talk about AI systems now, they're almost like universal. They will answer for me. They will give me the same answer as for Sam or Nina. So they're not personalized. They don't know my habits. They don't know my preferences. But in 1 or 2 years, almost all AI systems will be personalized, and you will be able to customize it. The next challenge is to create models that can work with multimodal data, like videos, so like audios, so like text, because mostly all of today's models, they all work with text information, but also, I don't know whether you heard or not, there are some models that can work with smells and tastes already. Yes, yes, it's true. So the next challenge is to create API plugin models, because if you want to integrate your model into the company software, this software should have API to AI to be integrated in. So it is also a very big challenge for big companies for this legacy software, because if the software is legacy, you will not be able to integrate AI. So you need to like a modern software, or you will need to change your software so that it should have API, so you can integrate AI. And also one of the trends is agent and autonomous agents. This is entities that can do some tasks automatically, and you don't need your interaction, because they will do it automatically, and that's all. So these are some citations of AI ambassadors like Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. They all tell that you should use copilots to improve its accuracy. So you shouldn't wait until the copilots will be like 100% accuracy, but you should use it, because they learn, they train on your data, they train while you're using it, because they start to understand your preferences, they collect data, so you should use it for copilots to be better. And you know that the market thinks that copilots will evolve into autopilots in 2 or 3 years. What does it mean? Copilot, the example that I've shown you, these are mostly the copilots, the systems that do very simple tasks, like search documents, like summarize documents, or auto-generate some answers. But semi-autopilots will be able to do autonomous things while you control it. So it is not uncontrollable. You will control it, but you will give them some tasks to do. You will set them goals, like, for example, you need to bring me a coffee. And it will order, it will find a coffee shop, it will order the coffee you prefer, and it will ask for delivery. So it is about semi-autopilot. And what about autopilot? These are systems that can totally replace a person or even some departments, like some amount of people. So it is like one of the last steps when we create digital twin of a person or digital twin of an organization. In this scenario, AI performs independently and no human interaction needed. It's completely autopilot, autonomous. And if we talk about the standard IT team, it commonly consists of product owner, software developer, analysts, testers, developers, and already nowadays, more than 80% of developers use AI coding tools at work. So And today I have checked it, so it's already increased, like 92% of developers use AI coding tools. So 92% of developers use AI copilots for code generation, because code generation is very routine task. It's not very like use your talents. It is really a routine task. And so, yes, and in almost all people in IT companies, more than a half, not all, but more than a half, use AI assistants. But talking about autonomous AI agents, we believe that in several years, some routine professions, like software testers or IT analysts, will be completely replaced with AI agents. So this is a Copilot that Nina already showed you. It is a Copilot for routine work with Excel, Word, PowerPoint. But you know, you can already customize it, because so it is not like to use as it is. You can customize it, and Microsoft Copilot Studio exists, so you can just you can see it. So you can do it as you want. So you can select the apps that you want. This is what I told you about is API system. So all the software you want to integrate your AI in, it should have API, so you can integrate it easily. Also, you can create some autonomous agents already, and you can use some external models, everything you want. So it is like a constructor. You can do everything you want, almost everything you want. So it is totally customizable. And talking about OpenAI, not only Microsoft, it has a platform which calls GPTs, and you can use some agents that are already ready, like sticker with it is agent that can generate stickers for you and even deliver it to your door. So it is like an agent that can do something in physical, not only in digital. So it can deliver to your home fully autonomously. Yes, and you can also create almost any agent you want just with the text or with the voice. So it is like also a constructor of an agent, and it already exists. You can use it, and it uses not only large language models, but agents, external APIs, extra knowledge, a lot of extra things. So one more interesting example that I like, it is a personal AI. I think it is the first step towards creating autopilot. What is personal AI? Personal AI is a company that if you use their software, you can create a copy of yourself. If you chat with their bot, yes, not, of course, the full copy of yourself, but if you chat with their bots, it can ask you for your habits. It starts to understand your manner of speech, your like, yes, understand. So if you connect it with WhatsApp or Telegram, it will know your contacts. It will know how you interact with your mother, father. So you can. After it is learned on your data, you can use it as a copilot, or you can select autopilot mode, and it will, for example, answers emails for you, answers your messages in WhatsApp for you, or even you can integrate it for some in some company software. But I think it will not be very good if you integrate your company software without emailing.
I have a couple of dreams about it.
What was it possible?
Well, this is the problem, yes. That's the problem. So, yes, you can adjust the level of independence. You can select to work with your copy as a copilot, or even select autopilot mode and see what happens. It's a real startup. You can try it. There is a free trial. So it is how it works. If you can create not only one copy of yourself, but you can create several copies of yourself, different copies. Because, For example, you act in your business or in your company like one person, and maybe with your family, you're another person. So,
images.
yes, you can create several images of yourself. Yes, and
It is business name, it is creative.
yes, yes.
It is personal name.
It's a bot for talking to moms. It's a bot for parents. Yes. So you can create multiple copies of yourself. Yes, yes. So talking about challenges and why we have which enablers do we have for the rapid development of AI systems. Of course, the first one is privacy. AI systems almost all learn on your private data, and they think that all the databases of the companies, they require an appropriate level of data security. And the second one is computing hardware. It is very, very, very expensive for you to create a huge model that will work very good. So it's very expensive, and we hope that in some time it will be not very expensive, but it is, so it's a problem. Of course, the third problem is company's infrastructure. As I already told, a lot of legacy exists in almost all companies. Yes. So not only the software give you a chance, give you a possibility to emerge your AI in it. And of course, the last one is trust and interpretability. So we need, and I think in 1 or 2 years, almost all people will trust a very good AI. So increase trust in AI systems part to calculate it to be worldwide used. So I think it will also happen if we can understand why the model asks in such way or another way. So it needs to interpret it, to understand, to explain why it answers in this way or another way. So it's a problem of interpretability. LLM models are almost uninterpretable. So yes, it's the last problem. So maybe any questions?
First of all, thank you, Victoria, for splendid speech. While you're thinking about the questions and our online assistant writing them, I have one question to you, because you told us a lot, like a deep dive into AI systems. I have a question: what should I and other students, which skills we should develop to effectively communicate with so great amount of AI agents and AI systems? So which skills?
Yeah, it's a good question, because a lot of AI agents, a lot of AI systems exist, and it is like it is already an area of this AI system. But I think the first thing you should do, you should always and continuously try to disrupt yourself. It is like a skill, because not all the people can disrupt himself. Because you have a lot of, you like a person, but you like a person have a lot of daily routine tasks that can, they just adapt to your time. Like making presentations for 3 hours per day. Yes, yes. Yes, like summarizing some documents. These all type of tasks, they are like so routine, and you just don't even see them. You should reflexировать and try to disrupt yourself all the time, continuously. Which tasks are so routine that you can find an edge for this. So I think the very first is to understand what takes your time, where you lose your time. If you lose your time while creating presentations, so you need to just find an appropriate agent. Mm-hmm. So it's like continuous way of disrupting yourself to improve your life, because creating presentations or writing text is not so interesting task. But maybe if you love it, you like it, it's very good.
Okay, great. We are talking about AI transformation of yourself and your daily processes. Great. Maybe you have questions?
Yes, I have a question. You said something about personal AI.
Just a sec. Just a sec. People when they online, they don't want to use. They want to use. They speak to the microphone as loud as possible.
You said something about this personal AI. Maybe you know in this page how we can study us. We have to communicate with them or maybe provide access to powerful. Thank you for your question. It's a good question because it collects data from several sources. The first source, you chat with it. Because there are some questions that it cannot find. The first way you can give access to your chats, like WhatsApp. There is a platform called Zapier. Yes. So there is a platform which allows you to integrate LLM in your mobile phone apps, in your computer apps, so in online apps. So the first one, you connect personal AI with the help of this software to the apps you are using, like Gmail, like maybe some tables, even your WhatsApp, and it tries to collect information from these chats. And if some information is not enough, it can ask you some questions, for example, which is your favorite color, like what is the name of your pet. So you will chat with it and it will collect your data. And also you can download Excel files to it if you need some extra information that is like possible to write in the chat or to find in your WhatsApp or Gmail. So you can choose the way you want to download data. And it then learns, like there is a big model like GPT-4, and there are some small models, like you can create 5 small models that have your data, that have learned your data, and they just connect to these big models, and that's how it works. So there is one very big smart model, like foundation model, and there are some small copies of you that connects to these big models, and these small copies contain your information. So yes, I hope I answered your question.
Did you try this AI, or probably you are using it now?
Yes, of course I tried, because in the company I'm working, it is like a very very huge trend, and we also work on this topic in our company, Urbana. So of course I tried this. And I try to create something like this in my company.
Okay, very exciting.
So we have many online questions. So probably, can I address it to all in the end? Should I address it now?
Maybe there are questions about topic that told by Victoria.
Okay. So
You just announced and they will
we
select.
have time only for one. Choose the best.
Only for one, okay.
Probably Rustam will select it himself.
So people
Give him a chance to select the question. Then the experts, they will select themselves.
Maybe we can use the AI agent. No?
Yes. Uh-huh. In meanwhile.
Okay, so there is one
Really tricky.
tricky question. So, in the context of increasing geopolitical tensions and competition in the global AI landscape, how can Russia strategically position itself to leverage AI technology for economic growth and innovation while navigating complex regulatory environments and international collaboration?
Using AI?
I think it is, yes, tricky question.
It is a tricky question.
Very big question. We can't give an answer shortly, but because there is a lot of details that we should to translate to all of you to make our answer understandable. So we are doing some strategic approaches in our country. We have the problem, federal problem of development artificial intelligence. So the government of our country looks into AI as an perspective technology that will bring economical growth of our country. So we are doing a lot of stuff. And if you try to Google some, you will find an answer yourself.
Google it yourself.
I think you will for sure.
Okay. Then I have a very simple question, I believe. So Victoria mentioned that there are, now you're operating with two modes of AI. It's Copilot and autopilot. When do you think, and what are the perspective of unmanned AI?
What do you mean by unmanned?
So because Copilot and autopilot naturally look like consecutive stages of development, but paired with human intelligence. When unmanned artificial intelligence will be great. So quite logical, and we expected since the, very long ago, since the invention. Yes, independent agent, which will develop on its own, based on its intelligence.
Pilot mode, because if you are like a software developer and you create like 99% of the time some features that can be, so I think it is like to answer shortly, it's like 2-3 years. So some professions can be fully automated, which were not able to
become unmanned as drones.
Yeah, and also there is a
pre-fly.
More interesting thing that AI agents now are almost the same level or worse than people. So the autonomous agents, the agents will be autonomous when they become more intelligent than the person.
Than people.
Because,
So we are talking that in 2-3 years, there will be a situation like, hey, Siri, create a design for my logo, and please register the new firm.
And pass for me on the job interview.
Yes.
That's it. Why not?
It's possible in years, and we have some enablers developing now for that.
Thank you very much. So the robots are coming.
The new era is coming. Thank you for your question. I think we can go now online and change the source of our presentation.
No.
So,
if you just
introduce Arina.
Yes. While we're doing technical stuff, I will introduce another time. Arina Karelova is a project manager from Yandex Practicum, and she will tell you about the new approaches of large language model building in educational world. Arina, are you here?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
A little bit.
Just as
we can make a sound.
We can see Arina already here. So.
Okay, great.
So, a lot of faces.
No, we can see. You can see Arina here.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start sharing my.
Yes, start sharing the screen, please.
Sorry.
You can start sharing the screen, Arina.
Okay.
Which is a shame because that's beauty queen. Like all these ladies.
Somehow it's some kind of virtual presence.
Yes. Okay. And then some technical accident.
Okay, we are online. We see your presentation.
Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone. My name is Arina, and I'm a program manager for the Online Masters program, which is launched by RENEPA and Yandex Practicum. And as you might know, the use of artificial intelligence in the financial sector is rapidly growing. And there are different studies demonstrating that the frequency of using AI for work tasks will increase. And this trend is expected to continue in the coming years and will become one of the major factors determining success, as skills such as simply speaking English will become secondary skills, and their place will be taken by applied skills, such as using AI for work. And as you can see on the screen, young professionals already see artificial intelligence and the use of neural networks not only as a tool for increasing their work efficiency, but also as a competitive advantage and as an important skill for their future career. So that poses a question. What can we do today to stay relevant? Of course, you can find yourself a mentor and develop a professional network. You can look for a very experienced specialist in the field of neural networks and ask them for help. Also, you could join LinkedIn. You could enter professional communities. You could attend conferences and seminars on the topics you're interested in. Also, you could develop data skills, such as learning Python, learning SQL, other data processing methods. And also, you should learn the basics of neural networks. There are many different courses that are available online, which can provide you with the basics, but you still need a lot of practice, since using AI for work as a financial analyst requires you to stay proactive and to be constantly learning. And moving on to the topic of learning, there are different tools on Yandex Practicum platform that can be helpful, because that's the main reason why we've adapted Yandex GPT model to our platform, so that every student, regardless of their background, can find it easier to acquire new skills. Well, of course, we try to explain theory with clear examples, but there are various situations, there are various backgrounds of our students. So sometimes you need more help understanding any kind of topic. So this is where Yandex GPT comes in handy. You can ask AI to generate a simple and short explanation of every term you want, or if you pick any specific paragraph that you don't understand or you want a deeper understanding of. And also you could click explain differently as many times as you want until it finally becomes clear to you. Also, some lessons in the textbooks can be quite voluminous. And when you get to the end of the topic, you already forget where it all started. So Yandex GPT can also help here. It would form a short summary for you and highlight the main points. And during your studies, you're always supported by a whole team of professionals, but they're people and they're not available 24/7. So this is where, again, Yandex GPT comes in handy, because you can ask AI for any question or any information at any given time of day or night, and you definitely would get instant replies from AI. What you could ask? You could ask for help with your homework. You could ask AI to generate a very specific topic for your project, or even help with your code. For example, if the simulator on our platform finds out that you made a mistake in your code, AI can help you find out what exactly went wrong, because our model can work with various references, with non-existent elements of the code, syntax errors, various typos, but it doesn't provide you with the ready-made solution, because it wants you to find where was the problem exactly by yourself. So this is also very useful for your learning processes. And if you want to learn more about how to work with artificial intelligence, dive into neural networks, you should definitely come to our program, Financial Analysis and Business, where Yandex specialists will tell you everything about it. The QR code is on the screen. And as a present for you, we've prepared a small guide on Yandex GPT life hacks and prompt writing, which is available in our Telegram channel. The QR code is also on the screen. Thank you. Sorry, guys, can you hear me?
I don't know.
Yes, here.
Us.
Yeah, I'm done with my presentation, but via Philippe's screen, I don't see what's happening in the room.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we need.
Yes, 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 yes.
Давай включимся сюда.
Irina, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for your presentation. Maybe you could give us some spoilers of 2024 and tell which new features you are developing to enhance educational process with large language models.
Well, of course, there are various trends that we are looking into. First, we're thinking about personalized learning with advanced tutors, because when AI is helping us to teach, it shows pace and progress of every student and their needs and their learning pace. And that would really help us to determine which students are in risks of not performing well on the course, or probably they need extra help or extra attention, so that we could use AI to provide targeted instruction and practice exercises. Also, we are looking into AI-powered feedback and assessment. So if we could automate grading of codes or other assignments, we could free up teachers' time for more personalized feedback, because it's very needed, especially on our programs, where, for example, of course, we have auto tests and stuff like that. But if a tutor could find more time to provide feedback for our students, it would be super useful. And of course, AI could help to create personalized learning materials and curate educational content based on students' needs and their interests. So these are the main points where we're looking into.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Maybe we have questions here.
Oh, so I guess that we have a lot of questions online, I guess.
Okay, let's choose the best one.
Well,
address it to Irina.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Irina, you can choose it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just reading the questions at the moment. To answer a question about a particular discipline.
Is there a possibility?
I would like to ask Ekaterina Krapivina to elaborate a bit on her question regarding possibility to teach Yandex.GPT to answer questions.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. And according to my question, I meant that you said about the questions, like, for example, what is something, and GPT can answer this question. But we have some complex discipline, for example, methods of management decisions, managers' decisions, where our teacher gives us information according to his own
perspective. Okay.
And his own books, his own works. And can GPT from Yandex answer these questions if we, for example, ask some questions about these disciplines, like in the way that our teachers want us to answer?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for your question. That's actually a really good one. Okay, so at a particular moment, Yandex.GPT is bound to all the information that is on our platform. So all the courses, all the information, and we are not working with the external sources. But there is another service, 300ya.ru, where you can, for example, download the book of your professor there. For example, the GPT will have all of the text of that book, And after that, you can ask it regarding this book to answer your questions. And because GPT will learn everything about that book, all the material that's in there, you will get your question.
And can I ask one more for a detail? Will GPT understand the consequences that are written in this book, or there is a special form how GPT can be taught and developed?
Models are taught by various sources. Of course, it's constantly learning, and the quality of answer and the way GPT behaves also requires us to process all the information. So like if we don't download that information and the model is not taught by that information, probably it will not find the answer. And sometimes it can, hallucinate. And there is actually a life hack to avoid that. You could put, if you don't know the answer, please say, I don't know the answer. And that way it won't give you wrong answers. So everything, again, comes back to engineering correct prompts, because if you generate a correct prompt, probably you will get the best answer you could.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Karina, for your presentation and answers. I think we can go on and start with the presentations that was prepared by.
Thank you for having me.
We should change the source of the computer. We have one presentation here and 4 presentations online. The first one will be the topic about AI in presentation. Wait a little bit and we will start.
How many? 4?
We have 5 presentations, 1 here and 4 will be held online. I have a lot of microphones and I can share one.
With somebody who volunteers.
So fine speakers, go ahead.
Please.
Go to the, as if it were the blackboard.
Somebody share the paper.
Here.
Yeah. So he wants to be remote. Do I need the microphone? No. I don't need the microphone.
No, just speaking to them.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I think we can start. Yeah. And today we would like to explain to you our topic, AI and education. So we know that artificial intelligence is rapidly changing the education industry, enhancing learning personalizing instruction and improving education outcomes. So, the next slide.
Doesn't the clicker?
It's not
Clicker.
Neither the clicker nor the
Technical patience.
When we do the final video, we will have this moment where everything will be okay.
Of course.
Philip Alexandrovich, can you help us?
It's broke.
In consulting, there is a simple task for every business analyst, please fix. So please fix and make it work.
Please fix, but at the same time, there is another mantra, say, not broken, don't fix it.
No, please.
No, but just mismanaged. It's not true.
That's right.
It works.
Okay. We continue. So now, yes, thank you. So we highlight several trends, as you can see on the screen. The first trend, please, the next slide. Yes, gamification. Using AI algorithms, personalized games can be created that accelerate learning. Gamification is an effective tool that can increase people's motivation, engagement, and of course, productivity. For example, points that are awarded for completed tasks, the ability to progress through different levels, the ability to compete with other participants, receiving prizes. All of these elements make learning, of course, with the gamification exciting. So this approach will bring the following benefits. In short, creating a high level of students' motivation and comfortable environment, increasing students' achievement, improving their memorization of information, creating opportunities for instant feedback, and of course, personalization of learning. So examples. We have two examples here. So you can see on the screen Duolingo. So it's an AI language learning platform that uses gamification to motivate users. So language learning is turned into a game with lessons, quizzes, and stories. Speaking about the second example, so Khan Academy, it's a non-profit platform that uses games to teach maths, science, and other subjects. So please. So we're moving on to the gamification forecasts. It is expected this trend to continue grow and the interest to be more. But we outlined three main forecasts. So the first one is enhanced motivation and engagement. The AI-powered gamification will continue to be a powerful tool for increasing students' motivation and engagement. So by incorporating elements such as rewards, competition, in this way, students are being motivated and still have motivation to do the tasks. The second one is real-time analytics and insights. So by analyzing data generated by students' interactions with gamified learning activities, can see the patterns of the students. The third one is customers' learning experience. AI algorithms will enable the creation of highly personalized games tailored to each student's unique learning experience. So, for example, these games will adapt in real time based on students' performance, and we already mentioned how they did the tasks. The second trend is adaptive learning. The AI is needed to analyze the learners' interactions with educational content and provide feedback. The system uses data about the learner in case to personalize the learning experience. For example, if a student is very good at some task, the program will give them a harder task to go level up. Our examples are not yes, it offers personalized learning plans. The second one is Alex. AI identifies gaps in the student's performance. And the third one is Dreambox Learning, a program that uses adaptive maths.
So now let's talk about forecast of the adaptive learning. The trend is poised for significant growth and evolution in the field of education. Here are some forecasts for this trend. Support for diverse learners. Adaptive learning technologies will offer support for diverse learners, including students with varying learning styles, abilities, and backgrounds. By adapting the learning experience to accommodate individual differences, these technologies will help bridge the achievement gap and promote inclusive education practices. And the second one, integration into mainstream education. Adaptive learning technologies will become increasingly integrated into mainstream educational systems at all levels, from K-12 schools to higher education institutions and professional development programs.
Okay, so now, as you can see, the represented trends entail new challenges for humanity. Today, we'll focus on the main one. So, preservation of the teacher's role among the increasing influence of artificial intelligence in education. So, we are aware of this fact that the teacher performs so many distinct functions. They are upbringing, socialization, personal development, motivation. So teachers impart knowledge, values, social skills, help students adapt to society, assist in realizing students' potential, inspire students to explore new subjects. But first of all, of course, a teacher is a mentor who, in the process of interacting with children or students, motivates them to obtain results. So we want to be as quick as possible. Speaking about the first trend, the drawbacks of gamification, introducing are the following. Scores for the game motivate students to achieve results, not the teacher. The second option is that the conditions of the game model situation and instill values, not the teacher once again. And the final thing here is that the model of interaction and communication between students and teacher is lost in this way, which negatively, of course, affects socialization process. Speaking about the second trend, there are numerous amounts of drawbacks considering adaptive learning technologies implementation. The main thing here is that it's not the teacher who develops and adapts the material, but the machine. And all previous consequences from the first trend are also relevant here. So, next slide.
Briefing the humanities response to the challenge with the AI. Today, there are so many concerns considering the AI tools implementation and preserving a teacher's role. That's why there are a lot of researches, but the data we collected is that according to a report by McKinsey, approximately 60% of occupations could see around 30% of their activities automated, potentially impacting certain tasks performed by teachers. This automation raises concern about the future role of educators and the nature of learning of AI-driven classrooms. Research indicates that there is a perception among the general population that the use of neural networks in school may have negative consequences. Especially 50% respondents believe that reliance of neural networks could lead to children stop using their potential.
Let's continue with benefits and opportunities.
To the last slide, humanity response.
Okay, briefly, humanities response is, it is expected that humanity will gradually accept and adapt to the use of the AI in education. Ethical standards and rules for the use of AI in education will be developed. And it is important to emphasize that AI should not replace the teacher, but to be an assistant. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presence here today, not online. Thank you very much. Maybe you have any questions? Speakers?
Probably not. Okay. So thank you very much. We will switch online to our online presenters. I ask please to change the source. Anybody?
Yes, we would like to present the next marketing section.
Okay.
Yes.
If we continue on the online meetings, I have to remind you that you have a limit of time. Your presentation is limited by 4 minutes. Please make it possible. Thank you.
Are they ready? Are they ready?
Ready, steady, go.
Because
Please, the next topic is AI in marketing. Are you ready?
Yes, yes, we are ready.
We are.
Okay. Don't forget to show your faces, please.
So we'd like to present you our topic and our presentation about using artificial intelligence in marketing. In this slide, you also can see the members of our team. And I'm sorry. And we should start with the key trends in the use of AI in marketing. The first one is content personalization. It considers the use of AI and that it allows us to collect and analyze consumer data such as preferences, history purchases, customer behavior. It's based on this data. Personalized content and offers are created that more closely match the interest and needs of each customer.
Artificial intelligence allows us to analyze large volumes of data quickly and efficiently, identify hidden patterns and trends, and make predictions about consumer behavior. And for instance, Amazon uses AI for customer analytics and forecasting to personalize product recommendation and optimize marketing strategies. Then, with AI, companies can automate various marketing processes, including launching and optimizing campaigns, audience segmentation, and making data-driven decisions. And this helps to increase the efficiency of marketing efforts and reduce time costs. As example, Google uses automation for its advertising campaigns tools. And the last but not the least, the trend of increased regulation of AI in marketing is associated with the growing public and legislative concerns about the use of AI for marketing purposes. And there is an increase in case of AI algorithms making decisions that may be harmful or unfair to consumers. And let's move on to the challenge.
Yes, so what are the challenges? AI regulation around the world can be soft like in Russia or hard like in European Union. The European Union strictly monitors how data is processed and how users are notified about data collection. This hinders not only the field of AI, but also marketing, since it is the basis of data decision and recommendation models are built with, as well as customer searches are carried out. Accordingly, the growing trend towards regulation may become a challenge. So the question arises of how to solve the problem of finding a client and the problem of sales, because AI provokes the state. The AI provokes the state authorities and authorities. Let's move on.
And now we should discuss how should we react. So companies can work with this challenge due to such solutions like personal training and implementation of modern technologies. First, staff training is a key element of successful work with data and IA in marketing. Employees must have the necessary knowledge of data processing, information security, and compliance with privacy laws. Education programs for staff can keep them up to date with the latest trends and best practices in data science. The introduction of modern technologies such as automation and data anonymization tools will help make the information processing more efficient and secure. However, it's necessary to ensure compliance with all legal requirements and data privacy standards in order to avoid possible conflicts with regulatory authorities.
And the second solution is in-depth examination and use of anonymized data. Anonymized data makes it possible to analyze information about users without disclosing their personal identification. So it is vital to develop and to use modern technologies that allow data to be analyzed without violating user privacy. For instance, federated model training, in which the model training process is distributed across multiple devices or servers without requiring centralized data transfer. So this method allows to extract useful information from your data without exposing it to leakage or misuse. So that's all we have. Thank you for your attention. And now we are ready to answer your question. So do not hesitate to ask us.
Thank you very much. Keep it online because we have a question from Victoria. I have the second one.
Yeah, thank you. I have a question. Thank you for your presentation. And can you name at least one example of a company that successfully uses AI in marketing? Because I haven't seen any examples.
When we spoke about the trends, so Katya, can you share please like the different one the presentation? So there was like examples, sorry for
just one second.
But yes, we had examples of Netflix that it use AI in their recommendation for customer preferences. And also we spoke about Google and Amazon. They also use AI a lot in their marketing campaigns, in their advertising tools, and so on.
I can add for Alina that Amazon uses AI for customer analytics and forecasting to personalize product recommendations and optimize marketing strategies.
Okay, guys, thank you, John. I have another question. Can you please sum up what are the real business results, real business effects from user marketing and sales? So you have discussed the trends, but what is the business value? Where does it come from?
To be honest, we can't hear you properly. Can you please repeat one more time the question?
Here or? Okay, so the question is, can you please summarize the real business value from using AI in marketing? Because you have named the trends, but what is the business value? Where does it come from?
Mainly the business value comes from the reducing the costs on, for example, on holding their personnel, and the AI in marketing can replace some people who just do the regular actions like processing data, or designers who are involved in making advertisements. And for example, in this case.
Yeah, and also I can add that all these AI tools help marketing to improve customer performance, to improve their products, and to better understand customer needs.
Yeah, and plus it, so we can speak about that reduced time for creating, for implementing products and so on, for understand, analyze, and optimize like marketing campaigns and so on. So I guess it's also really important for the business.
Okay, thank you. Just to add up a little bit to the thing that you all mentioned about decreasing operating expenditures, I personally think that most of the effect from marketing and sales from AI and marketing comes basically from increased sales, because you are doing this to increase your customer experience and you finally sell more of your products. So I personally think that marketing, AI and marketing will give you the increase in revenue mostly, rather than the decrease in your expenditures. Just a little bit to add up.
Thank you very much. I think we should move on, and we can invite the next team.
Okay, I would
Yeah,
say
will be the next one.
Sorry, can you see the screen? Girls, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
So, okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and let us start by welcoming you all. Our names you can see on the slides, and we are glad to deliver our talk on the topic AI in sport. The sports industry has witnessed a significant transformation with integration of artificial intelligence technologies. From athlete performance analysis to fan engagement strategies, AI is reshaping various aspects of sports. And according to a report by Markets and Markets, the global sports analytics market size is expected to reach $5.2 billion by 2025, growing in CAGR of 22%. And this demonstrates the growing adoption and investment in AI-driven solutions across the sports industry. Let's move on to the biggest trends in AI in sports. The first one is that artificial intelligence can analyze a huge amount of data that can help coaches and athletes assess their progress, identify strengths and weaknesses, and determine what needs to be changed. And computers can analyze by creating charts, graphs, and even videos, which can help to quickly and efficiently analyze results and compare them with the past performances. Also, AI can develop personalized training programs based on the data about the athletes' physical characteristics, performance, and some health limitations. And coaches can use this data to design training programs so that the athlete can achieve the best results. And for example, Fight Camp has developed an interactive training system that uses data from boxing gloves to analyze boxers' technique and then provide some recommendations. The first trend is that AI can predict the results of competitions based on the data from the past games, taking into account information about each athlete and the team as a whole, as well as factors such as weather and playing field conditions. This helps bookmakers and sports fans make more accurate predictions and helps teams to develop more effective strategies.
Talking about the third one is introducing AI instead of referees. AI referees in sports are able to accurately determine the movements of an athlete during a track of step and relations, as well as distinguish between different types of movements. And here we have example. A year ago, two-time Olympic champion Yuzuru Hanyu carefully investigated the possibility of introducing advanced computer technologies into figure skating. So the Fuji TV television network has created the iScape technology, which calculates the length of the skater's span, the height of the jump, as well as the speed of rotation.
So now talking about challenges, the high price aspect leads to the fact that not all sport teams can afford to use AI, and this creates a deliberate inequality in the preparation and conduct of sporting events. And this can actually lead to a situation where success in sports becomes more about financial capability than athletic skill and talent. So unequal access to AI technology can widen up the gap between elite and amateur athletes or teams, as the former may have access to advanced training, performance analysis, and injury prevention tools that the latter just cannot afford. This not only affects the fairness and integrity of sporting competition, but also perpetuates socioeconomic disparities within the sports industry. So in essence, the danger lies in AI contributing to a system where success in sports becomes more dependent on financial resources rather than merit, hard work, and talent. And additionally, reliance on AI referees could diminish the human element and subjective judgment that is inherent in sports officiating, potentially altering the dynamics and spirits of the game. Because on the one hand, AI helps to make the right decisions, but on the other hand, sport is always a little bit of luck.
Yeah, if we have challenges, we also need some measures to address these challenges. And first one, challenge about inequality. Here, governments and relevant regulatory bodies can provide subsidies or grants for underprivileged teams and establish guidelines for the ethical use of AI in sports, enforcing anti-discrimination laws to prevent unfair advantages based on financial resources. Also, companies who are developing AI technology for sports can offer tight pricing models and discounts for amateur teams. And if we're talking about the diminishing the human element, here sports government bodies such as FIFA or NBA should implement a hybrid system where AI technology is used to assist human referees rather than replacing them entirely. In addition, they also can engage fans in the decision-making process via providing explanations for AI-assisted decisions and involving fans in discussions about the role of technology in sports.
And now let's move on to the cases that are being implemented right now. With the help of AI. We found the chess program that in sports there have been attempts to interact with AI intelligence with humans. Such a vivid example was in chess when the Deep Blue company created a computer program based on AI that was ready to fight a human and actually beat him. Such a match aroused great interest and took place in 1996 to 1997 between world champion G. Kasparov and the Deep Blue program. And in this case, it is clear that chess is a game with pre-thought out moves and combinations. And the next one is Taekwondo World Championship. In 2023, the first virtual Taekwondo World Championship was held, which brought together the best athletes and stars of Taekwondo. Athletes, with the help of virtual glasses and motion sensors just on their hands and feet, fought among themselves, but without touching each other. With the help of virtual glasses, the athletes saw each other and fought according to the rules of Taekwondo from a distance, and the audience could watch the projection of the fight itself on the monitor. And there are different positive aspects of this tournament because athletes work at a distance, so there is no injury. Girls can compete against boys. There are no weight categories. You can also use artificial intelligence program to form technical actions, and also it is possible to compete with the program and thus improve technical and tactical training. And that's actually this is all we've done. If you have any questions, we're ready to answer them.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It was very delightful. Maybe we have questions about sport. Thank you for your challenge. I think it was a good challenge that we have to work with. I think we can go on, and the next topic will be AI in movie industry.
Yes, hello. 1 second. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then we can start.
Yeah, hello. We prepared a presentation about AI in the movie industry. And first of all, we analyzed the growth of AI in the movies market. In this slide, you can see the market size is expected to be worth around $2.8 million by 2032. And areas of the market include filmmaking and production, VR and AR, marketing and promotion, and of course, some movie recommendation. The market is forecasted to grow at a CAGR of 27.2% during the next 10 years.
And one prominent direction of AI application in the cinema industry is in content recommendation systems. Streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime leverage AI algorithms to analyze user preferences and viewing habits to suggest personalized content. Additionally, AI is increasingly being used in visual effects and animation to streamline production processes and enhance the quality of computer-generated imagery, making it more indistinguishable from reality. Also, for example, Synalytic allows producers to build a promotion strategy based on the advice of AI, optimize the budget, and even estimate the potential economic benefits of inviting a particular actor to the project. Over the past few years, Synalytic has become an essential tool to help major market players make decisions.
Let's move to main challenges. So one significant challenge that society faces due to the strong influence of AI in the cinema industry is the potential loss of creative control and human artistry. As AI becomes more proficient at generating content, there is a risk of harmonization in storytelling and dilution of unique artistic voices. The reliance on AI for content recommendation could lead to a narrowing of cultural diversity in the content consumed by audiences. It threatens the diversity of perspectives and narratives in cinema, which plays a vital role in reflecting and shaping social values. One of the most significant concerns is around ownership and authorship of AI-generated content. It's not always clear who should be credited with the creation of the work, like director, AI itself, etc. Also, one of the main challenges is the proliferation of deepfake technology. The increased use of AI in film production raises concern that artificial intelligence will soon make the services of actors unnecessary. Another challenge is the use of images of deceased actors is also questionable, as there is no necessary legal regulation.
So moving on to humanity's response, governments and international organizations should collaborate to establish comprehensive legal frameworks governing the use of deepfake technology and exploitation of images of deceased individuals, for example, requiring clear labeling and disclosure when AI or deepfake technology is used in a content production. Next is ethical guidelines, developing ethical guidelines for the responsible use of AI in media production. These guidelines should emphasize the importance of preserving human creativity, diversity, authenticity, and storytelling. The next is investment in human-centric innovation. Virtual reality and augmented reality platforms can be leveraged to enhance actors' performances and create immersive storytelling experiences. For example, AI-driven character animation tools, voice synthesis technologies, and performance capture systems. Efforts should be made to enhance digital identity protection for individuals, living or deceased, to prevent unauthorized use of their image in AI-generated content. And the last one is collaborative initiatives, such as countering misinformation and promoting media literacy in the age of AI-generated content. By adopting a proactive and collaborative approach, humanity can harness the potential of AI while safeguarding the integrity of storytelling, protecting individual rights, and preserving the role of human actors in shaping our cultural landscape. Thank you. This is all we wanted to say. We would be glad to answer your questions.
Thank you very much for your team. It was a very interesting topic. We have one question from speakers.
Yeah, thank you. I have a very small question. Do you personally believe that generative AI will fully create the movie in the nearest 2 or 3 years?
As far as we know, AI is already creating or even TV series, and it can create like non-stop. The quality right now is kind of bad, and you can see that it is created by AI. But I think like just 2 years ago, the quality of AI was very, very bad. Like you couldn't even create a picture of a person. It looks horrible. And right now we have like an amazing quality of AI in pictures, in text, etc. So in 10-year period, definitely AI can develop that much, so it can create a whole movie with the plot, with the video, etc., and create like unexisting humans, or use some images online that it found online. So yeah, it's possible, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going on to the last presentation about AI in medicine. Please.
Okay, just a second.
And faces, we are waiting for you.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, we see. Thank you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Today we embark on a journey into the realm of transformative innovation within the healthcare industry, the integration of artificial intelligence or AI in medicine. As we delve into this rapidly evolving field, we will explore how AI technologies are reshaping the landscape of healthcare delivery, diagnosis, treatment, and patient care.
Okay, now let's talk about description of the industry and cases. To begin our exploration, let's paint a picture of the current state of AI applications in medicine. From deciphering complex medical images to aiding drug discovery, AI's capability are vast and ever expanding. Consider, for instance, IBM Watson for Oncology, a platform designed to assist clinicians in making evidence-based treatment decisions for cancer patients. Additionally, companies like Google's DeepMind Health are pioneering AI-driven solutions to enhance patient outcomes and optimize healthcare workflows.
Well, we talk about a description of trends. Now let's delve into the prevailing trends driving the adoption of AI within the medical field. One prominent trend is the increasing reliance of machine learning algorithms for diagnostic support and treatment planning. These algorithms analyze vast data sets to identify patterns and provide insight that aid healthcare professionals in making informed decisions. Moreover, the rise of precision medicine, genomics, and wearable health monitoring devices exemplifies the transformative potential of AI in personalization, patient care, and improving health outcomes.
Despite the promise of AI in medicine, we must also confront significant challenges impeding its widespread adoption. Data privacy concerns, regulatory barriers, and the need for algorithm transparency pose formidable obstacles. Furthermore, ethical considerations surrounding AI, such as algorithmic bias and patient consent, demand careful navigation. Additionally, there are legitimate concerns about the potential displacement of jobs and the imperative for workforce retraining in the face of AI integration.
As for description of responses, however, in the face of these challenges, there are concerted efforts underway to promote responsible AI adoption and address these concerns. Ethical guidelines, regulatory frameworks, and initiatives aimed at fostering collaboration between AI developers, healthcare providers, and regulatory agencies are crucial steps forward. And by prioritizing transparency, accountability, and inclusivity, we can harness the full potential of AI technologies to revolutionize healthcare delivery and improve patient outcomes.
And conclusion. As we conclude our journey through the realm of AI in medicine, let us reflect on the immense possibilities and responsibilities that lie ahead. By embracing innovation while upholding ethical principles and addressing challenges head-on, we can usher in a new era of healthcare excellence powered by artificial intelligence. Together, let us continue to innovate, collaborate, and strive for a future where AI services as a force of good in medicine and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you guys for the presentation. I have a small question. Can you please comment how portable devices can add up value for AI in medicine?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
The question was about portable devices and their impact on the AI implementation in healthcare. Maybe you have some ideas about this impact.
I know that nowadays in medicine, people use tonometer, for example, and they use AI in the operation.
I know about smartphone applications that many developers have created AI, some powered applications that can turn smartphones into medical diagnostic tools. Also some trackers, like health trackers, which, for example, fitness, people who like, to do fitness can use, and also smart health monitoring devices. There is a growing market for some affordable smart devices that AI to provide some health insights.
Great, thank you very much for your answer. I think we should to finalize our conference and final discussion. Not conference. Conference will be held 2 days, today and tomorrow, of course. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for you all for participation. It was very interesting to be the part of this panel discussion. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Elena Nikolaevna, can you say a couple of words, please, finalizing this part of the event? Only promptly, because we are being expelled from this nice environment. Please. Так, Филипп, почему не слышно?
I'm addressing the team of experts, if you don't mind. Well, thanks, of course, to all the speakers, to the students who did a good job. And as to the team, when we just started, when we saw that so many students registered for this particular session, we realized that we need a very professional team to manage, the session. And well, in fact, we got it. We got the best team possible. The people that we heard today, thank you very much, guys, because, well, the information, well, was very deep, well, probably very abundant. And I'm sure that the students received what they expected to, and probably even more. And well, really, well, people from business, people who are in this business, who really enjoy what they're doing and who know how to do it. This is the best thing that we could even dream of. So thank you very much for coming. And we hope that, well, you'll come again and we don't want to lose you. So we'll keep in touch. Thank you. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
That was a good job done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye to everyone.